Hello there everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White. Within the last part we started off our Nacrene gym training in Pinwheel Forest. And we of course caught ourselves we've started training up our fourth teammate, Temple. And now, there really isn't all that much else to the outside of Pinwheel Forest, aside from getting a few items here and there. And maybe just a few more trainers, and then we'll we will head ourselves back to Nacrene City. Anyways, now you. Now these are special Pokemon I just got. Oh, I'm pretty sure they were special. You're probably gonna have a Lilipop or a Bertrand or whatever. Oh! I guess you can say this is sort of special because it's our first time actually meeting the end of the game. Yeah, now we say hello to Venipede. Now, Venipede is essentially, the more improved bug type, the bug and poison version of Weedle, essentially. Yeah, and I'd say definitely a lot more useful than the Weedle line. Yeah. If you want to train up your Venipede, then you're probably gonna have yourself a very hard hitter. But anyways, now Tepig's now level 16, which is very nice. And very nice +3 for HP, and also very nice +2 for attack. But of course, we still need to do a few more before we can really start getting very much use out of that Tepig. And yeah, I honestly had a feeling he would have at least either a Bertrand or Lilipop. Yeah, but anyways, now I guess I should say also about Venipede. Not only is that evolution line can be very hard hitters. But they also come with the a poison point ability, so yeah, make sure you don't come in contact with it directly, because otherwise you're just gonna get yourself poisoned. And then, as for what I think about Venipede, in general, I guess I can say I sort of like it. Yeah, I haven't really used Venipede or its evolution line all that much, really. But I guess I should just say in general, I kind of like Venipede. Yeah. And then, as for as for what we saw in the last part, being Timber, like I said before, I never really have no chance. Really have no plans of still using one. Considering, like I said, if you want to obtain its full evolution, you need to trade. So I don't have any plans of actually utilizing one anytime soon. Yeah, but anyways, oh yeah, and also, and then there's Continy. Then as for Continy, I haven't really. I would utilize, I think I would utilize, Continy if this was actually after this generation, because, well, considering that starting with Gen 6 we got the introduction of the fairy typing. And I would say that definitely made the Continy line definitely a hell of a lot more useful to have. A lot more useful to have. Yeah. And then as for Petalil. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking, now that our Temple has reached level 16, I believe Temple is gonna learn a new move. I want to say. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm definitely learning much shot to my Temple here. Yeah, I think you can probably guess which sort of typing that our Temple is actually going to evolve into. Yeah, that is actually another reason why I have a Timpole on my team. Yeah, so we can definitely teach those annoying as such electric types electric types a lesson. Oh yeah, and unfortunately, oh, really? Wow, literally at the exact high level. Wow. All right. But end of one. Now. Now as for a pedalo, I still really have no plans of using one. Even though they not only do they love to keep bringing back a pedalo, but also given its evolution and actual new regional form. A new regional form later on, later down the road. Excuse me. But I still never really have myself actual plans to actually utilize a pedalo, really. Yeah. Oh yeah, now, and I guess I should say as well, considering that we're probably not going to be here for quite a while. Along with now, on the outskirts of Pinwheel Forest. Yeah, honestly, kind of to expect that. Yeah, I probably should have switched. Yeah, I thought my Blitzo could at least handle at least one more rock throw, considering that that first rock throw didn't exactly go down like to the yellow, so I thought it was still good. But nope. Yeah, that was definitely a big lie. But anyways, as I was saying, on the outside of Pinwheel Forest is actually the challenge rock, that being this thing right here. Now, well, we can't exactly interact with it, but however, if you just so happen to bring along a fighting type with you, or I believe if you have a Pokemon that can utilize Rock Smash with it, you can smash it at least once a day, so that you can actually get yourself a start piece. Yeah. Well, a start piece for the prequels anyway. So yeah, definitely do that, and if you want to pick up more start pieces so that you can actually get more money. But anyways, now we're done with our training, we're gonna head inside the museum, but first, look who's here! I want to see things no one can see. Alright. The truths of Pokemon inside of the Pokeballs. The ideals of how trainers should be. Okay. And a future where Pokemon have become perfect. Okay. Do you feel the same? Well, that doesn't really cross my mind all that much, really. But let's just see what happens when we actually say yes. Thought that so. I think my friends and I should test you to see if you can see this future too. And of course, when he says that again, which means one thing. Yeah, that's right, we're now gonna get ourselves into our second battle against N. But this time he does not have the Pearl line that he used last time. Instead, he actually utilizes a free new Pokemon that he has. Now, first off being a Pidove. Which only has Gust, Growl, Leer, and Quick Attack. So yeah, never really all that special when it comes to like any other Pidove. And then as for Timpole here, now as for his Timpole, it has Growl, Supersonic, Ground, and Bubble Beam, just like mine does. But however, his Timpole actually has Swift Swim. So I'd say that's the only major difference. And then as for his Timber, again, probably moves you would expect out of a Timber. Yeah, being Leer, Focus Energy, Bind, and a Low Kick. Oh yeah, I guess I should say for this, when it comes to Timber, when it comes to the Timber line, All of them actually, all of them, against the special ability Guts. Yeah, if it just have to get a status condition, which means their attack power gets increased. Yeah, just like keep that in mind. But anyways, yeah, that fight was essentially very easy enough. If you have Pokemon as strong as they are, as mine are right now. Maybe I can't solve the equation that will change the world. So, I need power. Power enough to make anyone agree with me. Now he's gonna search for power. Now I know what power I need. Reshiram. Who is this Reshiram that you speak of, eh? The legendary Pokemon that, along with the hero, created the Unova region. It's my turn to become that hero, and you and I will be friends. Yeah, now he's actually talking about obtaining one of the legendary Pokemon of the Unova region. Now, however, though, he only says Reshiram, only in Pokemon White. Now, he actually says a different kind of legendary. If you are playing a Pokemon Black. Yeah, you'll definitely know what that Pokemon is. Yeah, if you've been either following along, or if you have, or if you just happen to play these games already. Excuse me again. Oh yeah, and if you just happen to hear that noise outside right now, yeah, it is currently raining right now. Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. Wow, whenever I look at the skeleton, I'm fascinated. Yeah, I bet you are. Welcome. I'm Oz, the assistant director. Since you were kind enough to visit, I'll give you a tour of the museum. Yeah, and the museum that does not spookify you, and yeah, just like it showed off in the anime. And Haas got himself really scared. Is scared about what's going on, what was going on. But anyways, yeah, now with this huge skeleton here, yeah, it definitely looks like a Pokemon that we're all too familiar with. And the same also goes for that over there too. And this rock is actually a meteorite. And get this, that right there is your only means of transforming, of actually making a change in form to a specific Pokemon that can change if they just happen to interact with a meteorite. Yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about the mythical Pokemon Deoxys. So everyone, if you want to be able to change Deoxys form, you would need to go over here. Now we sense that there's some value about this black stone. Oh, he's so gonna be wrong about that in the future. Now, the Pokemon Gym is just beyond here. At the end of the gym, a very strong and kind gym leader is waiting. And he's obviously saying that because, yeah, the gym leader, we obviously know from the anime that the gym leader, Lenora, just happens to be his wife. Yep, indeedy. Now, and I guess I should say this right now, also, about the Nacrene Museum. Now, if you recall, other museums that allow you to restore Pokemon fossils, well, the Nacrene Museum is actually no different. Yeah, if you just don't happen to have any fossils, then you need to check out with one of the ladies from like just outside the just at the entrance, so that you can have that fossil Pokemon be fully restored. No use. Now, I guess since we're just about to finish things, finish with us just exploring around the museum. Yeah, I think considering that we still didn't exactly do as much training as I thought we would get. Yeah, even after our battle with N. Yeah, I feel like I will do some off-screen training. But only some. Not a whole lot, just some. Yeah, so I can make sure that my team is really up to speed. Cause we may in fact need it. So we're gonna do just that. And so to the next part, I'll see you guys next time.